Sanju Verma, I want to bring you in on this because in midst of all of this, there's nothing wrong in politicizing the event. You very well should politicize with what has gone down in Kolkata. The question I want to ask you, Sanju Verma, is to ask for the resignation of the Chief Minister. If it didn't happen during Hathras, Prayagraj or, Unnao, why ask for a resignation when you didn't allow a resignation on your own?
Preeti, first and foremost, let me make this very clear. Can this type of an incident happen? In any state, BJP, non-BJP, TMC ruled, Congress ruled, let's be honest, yes. Because, there is a mindset in India that needs to be changed. That is precisely what is not happening. And we as civilians need to do more than ever before. That is precisely the reason you see that every 51 minutes, there is one rape in India. But this is not about statistics. I will come to the politics bit of it, certainly. But I first want to share this with your audience. These are the 11 women MPs from Lok Sabha of the TMC. Kakoli Dastidar, Shatabdi Roy, Pratima Mandal, Mala Roy, Sajda Ahmed, Mahua Moitra, Mitali Bagh, Sayoni Ghosh, Rachna Banerjee, June Malla, Sharmila Sarkar. I'm not even talking about Rajya Sabha MPs like Sushmita Deb and Sagarika Ghosh. My simple point is this. You have 11 women MPs. The TMC takes pride in saying that, West Bengal is the one state which sends the maximum number of women MPs to the Lok Sabha. Today I want to ask, why is it that a Kakoli Dastidar, why is it that a Sagarika Ghosh, why is it that a Mahua Moitra, why is it that a Sayoni Ghosh, why are these people silent? They have not even bothered to shed crocodile tears. I have done a zillion debates on various channels, including yours. I have been asked pointed questions about Manipur. I have been asked pointed questions about Brij Bhushan. I have been asked pointed questions about Unnao and Hathras. And I have always maintained one thing. There are certain things which are above politics, and safety of women is one of them. And I've always said, even at the height of the Manipur controversy, that let the perpetrators of those who paraded those kooky women naked be hanged. Let them be given capital punishment. And I'll tell you what the difference, Preeti, between the BJP and the TMC is. The TMC is still trying to whitewash what is one of the most horrific gang rapes and murders of this decade. I will just read out from the Kolkata High Court judgment, and I know that you've discussed this over and over again, but it has still not sunk in. And I just want to, in 20 seconds, read this out. This is not Narendra Modi or Amit Shah or JP Nadda or Sanju Verma reading out statements or doffing stuff off their hat. This is what the acting Chief Justice of Kolkata High Court said. No man is above law. How did he step down and then be rewarded with another responsibility? When he says he, the acting Chief Justice refers to Sandeep Ghosh. Then the acting Chief Justice says, if a doctor will not show empathy, who will? And then the acting Chief Justice says, is it true that the condition in which the body was found was gruesome, but the state registered a suicide case? And then the acting Chief Justice asks this, and I have still not received an answer. I've been on so many debates with TMC panelists. Why is it that Professor Sandeep Ghosh, under whose long and incompetent nose the horrifying gang rape of a 31-year-old happened, why has the Lal Bazar police station not yet interrogated Sandeep Ghosh? Question number one. Question number two. Is it not true that the case was handed over to CBI only at the behest of the Kolkata High Court? Had it been left to Mamata Banerjee, she would have tried every trick in the book to not give it to CBI. The third question. Why is it that for 5 or 6 days till media pressure built up, everybody from top to bottom, Mamata Banerjee to Vineet Goyal, the police commissioner, to Rajiv Kumar, the DGP, to Sandeep Ghosh, the ex-principal of Arjikar Medical, they said this was a suicide and not a murder and rape. Right. I want to ask a simple question.
Okay.
Is this not
I'll come back to you, sir. Allow me, I will come back to you.
Whitewashing? No, my last point is this.
Yes, make your point.
He spoke for 3-4 minutes.
Ma'am, you've spoken more right now. Go ahead, make your point.
Can I just finish in 20 seconds? Yes, crime happened in Manipur. Yes, crime happened in Hathras, in Unnao. But what I find appalling is that there is a deliberate, willful, coordinated effort under the aegis of the Chief Minister, Mamata Banerjee, who's also the Home Minister, who's also the de facto Health Minister, to cover this horrifying brutality.
Okay, I'll come.
Okay.
I just want to bring in Saira Shah Halim, and I'll come back to you for a rebuttal, Riju Datta, because you are in the hot seat today. And Saira Shah Halim, you know, you're a women rights activist before you became and bloodied into politics. The question I want to ask you, one can hide behind the fig leaf and say that as per the NCRB data, West Bengal, Kolkata, when it comes to crimes against women, is actually the bottom 4 where the country is. You could possibly have touted that and said, reveled in that a few days ago before this. How do you see the handling of the situation?
Good evening. So let me tell you, the handling of this case has been very shoddy, whether it's been by the police establishment, whether it's been by the government. Now, let's look at the sequence of events. This body, of the doctor was discovered at 11:30, on the 9th. However, the incident took place between 3 a.m. and 6 p.m. So I want to ask, between 3 a.m. and 6 p.m. and post that, 6 a.m. till about 11:30, you mean nobody in the hospital, nobody knew what was happening in a room? I mean, what is wrong or what is amiss with the security arrangement where such a big incident has happened? You mean there was no noise, there was no trigger, there was no alarm? Again, very shocking. Secondly, why was the hospital in such a frantic hurry to declare it as a suicide? Even the police declared it as a suicide. Now, apparently the doctor who died was victim shamed by the principal. Instead of taking, the perpetrators of this crime to task, why does a woman in the country have to be constantly victim shamed? What was she doing hanging around at night? What was she doing there? Why was she wearing short clothes? In 2012, when the Park Street rape incident happened, Mamata Banerjee, her stand, this is a Sajano Ghatna, or rather this is theatrical, setup rape. So I think it's very shameful when women CMs, who have sent so many MPs to the parliament, go around and totally brush away such incidents. Now, it's taken 34 hours to find, a so-called political recruit. This man, seems to be, is a political recruit. And I think it's time that we, do a full inquiry and understand, who is the main.
We're having a problem with your idea, Saira. We're going to try and correct it. We can barely hear you. Riju Datta, enough questions asked. Yes, go ahead. You wanted to come in.
Give me the courtesy of time, Preeti. I have to answer. Ms. Saira Shah Halim made a lot of comments. I'm not going to go into those comments. She was the candidate for CPIM from Jadavpur, but here she is as a women activist.
No, she's coming in capacity of... No. Riju Datta, she's coming in the capacity of spokesperson of the left, not as a women rights activist.
But your channel does not show that. Your channel
we'll just correct it.
So, okay, yeah. So can I,
Ma'am, let's not, the deal is today, let's try and avoid what is a regular, sadly, political debate on television channels.
So, yes, unfortunately, I did not want to do this, but sometime I have to give these harsh replies that the party she belongs to, many years ago in Bantola, there was a gang rape of Dr. Anita Diwan, where a torch was found inserted in her genitals. And then the then left Chief Minister Jyoti Basu said, "Aisa to hota rehta hai." So please, it's very rich coming from the left. Anyways, coming to Sanjuji, some pertinent questions have been asked here. Sanjuji categorically said the Calcutta Police DGP Commissioner said that it was a suicide. I am saying it on record. The Calcutta Police has even put out a tweet. It is absolute false. The parents of the deceased have clarified that this call that her daughter has committed suicide has not come from the police. So first. Secondly, she said 11 of our female women MPs have not made a comment. I think because she's so busy with shows today, she has not seen the Twitter. all of our MPs have in unison condemned this heinous crime. And when the chairperson of the party herself is condemning it, it does not make sense that everybody talks about it, but all our MPs have done. But one thing I want to bring to the knowledge of Sanjuji is,
I'll come to you, ma'am, I'll come to you.
Which is very surprising, that the Prime Minister of the country, Shri Narendra Modi, and the Home Minister of the country, Shri Amit Shah, has not made a single comment on this incident. You know why, Preeti? Nowhere on social media or anywhere else. You know why? Because they know the stature they come from, that the investigation was done by the book. That's why BJP spokesperson can shout on TV, but the Prime Minister and Home Minister has not opened their mouth. Third, can I finish? Sanjuji, let me finish, please, and then you can come in. Third, two very important points where I got cut last time. Trinamool Congress, everybody on the panel, irrespective of political affiliation, and everyone in this country wants two things: justice for the victim and the culprits to be hanged as soon as possible. Point number one. But the main thing that I want to tell you today to your viewers is that in Calcutta, there is a protest where the women are protesting, but under the garb of that protest, to milk this heinous crime, BJP and CPM in cahoots are trying to make a situation in Bengal.
You know, Vijay, today I would think, like I said, some protests are organic, some are not. Don't insult this. But, okay, one second. Okay, Sanju Verma, quickly, ma'am, come in and go ahead. 1 minute, ma'am, and then I need to move on. Yeah.
Thank you. Preeti, now I don't want to be heckled by Riju because he doesn't like to be heckled. Let me now say this very, very clearly, that Mamata Banerjee, she's so incompetent, she's so insensitive, that the first default reaction by Mamata Banerjee and her entire gang of ministers and MPs is, ye to hua hi nahi. Second line of defensive, hua to hua. I remember very clearly, as Saira Shah Halim said, after the 2012 Park Street gang rape, your Mamata Banerjee, a woman chief minister, said, oh, what's the big deal if she was gang raped? Susan Jordan used to do clubbing regularly. She had multiple boyfriends. She used to go to discotheques regularly. 1 minute. This is the same Mamata Banerjee who in 2022, after the horrific gang rape of a 14-year-old in Hansa Khali said, Meta pregnant chilo, na eta rape chilo, na eta love affair chilo. Mamata Banerjee has been engaging in victim shaming.
All right.
Riju Datta,
I just want to move on right now. You know, the fact is, did Mamata Banerjee say ye nahi hua? No, she didn't. She accepted the crime. What we have been debating is the handling of it. Saira Shah Halim, the fact is we can't hear you. There's a problem with your audio. Your voice is scrambled. I would have liked to have you, but I can't hear you. I just want to cut across, get, final comments. I want to go back to Shikha Mukherjee. Shikha Mukherjee, sometimes, and we saw it in Delhi, you see one protest which turns into something so big that you can't turn the tide then. And that happened with Sheila Dikshit with Nirbhaya. Do you see that kind of momentum on ground here?
I'm waiting to see it, but today was an eye-opener. There has been, and as you said, you interrupted yourself. There are some things which are organic. Today, the way in which the protests have spontaneously taken place, people have passed on the message, they have decided where they're going to meet, and instead of 3 or 4 locations, it is all across the city, it's all across the districts. This is a spontaneous reaction. People are fed up with the issue of two things, and I've been very clear on this. One, that they are fed up of any kind of cover-up anymore. They're fed up of excuses. They're fed up of a police on which they cannot rely. The fact that everybody wanted a CBI inquiry, the court was just the last and final word on it. But the fact is that people are sick and tired of being fobbed off with excuses. People are sick and tired of a police force which has been so politicized that no one trusts it anymore. So therefore, I think what you're seeing is not just about women's safety, not just about the horrific nature of the crime, but something much bigger.
All right.
And how that snowballs, let's see.
Will Yogi resign when there's an incident in
Okay, I need to.
Why have you not asked Riju Datta? When will Mamata Banerjee resign? resign?
Okay,
Why
I'm
can't you
just
ask
gonna-
that to Riju Datta Preeti?
Ma'am-
Ask him, when will Mamata Banerjee resign?
Ma'am, I didn't- okay.
You ask me tough questions.
No,
Why is Riju
ma'am,
Datta not
ma'am,
being
one
asked?
second.
When will incompetent Mamata Banerjee and insensitive Mamata Banerjee resign?
All
She
right.
has failed
Okay.
miserably.
I'm going to allow me to just leave it with that. Allow me to
Mamata
leave it with
Banerjee
that.
has
Is this
failed.
something bigger? And does Mamata Banerjee know it? We're going to keep a keen eye on all developments on this story. Our heart goes out to the parents of this 31-year-old young girl with her life in front of her, who were told their young child died of suicide. And when they saw the body, they knew themselves, leave alone a doctor who tried to cover up the case by telling them something else.